hands, so let's see how it will work. I'm actually scared a little, but okay. Oh god. Seen someone use this in an ASMR video, and I think for a good reason, because it was burning my hand like a little bit. Oh god. Okay, then I made a mojito for this video, and actually years ago I was always the designated drink maker, quote unquote bartender, for New Year's Eve, and my cocktails were infamous for being quite strong. Like, there was alcohol in it, but it didn't feel like there's alcohol in it, and all of a sudden you can find yourself on the floor. So that was years ago though. It sort of became a tradition because we used to have house parties with my friends, but yeah, that was a long time ago. So I actually made this like 5 minutes ago. Let's try it. Again, quite strong, but it doesn't feel like it because I have added a lot of lime juice because that's how I prefer it. But if I go somewhere and they have a mojito, I'm always going to have a mojito. It's my favorite drink of choice, you could say. And it's quite delicious, so I recommend it. Yeah, you can see just from the color that there's like a lot of lime, a lot of sugar. And I haven't had a mojito in like 6 months probably, so I've decided to make one for myself. Okay, last but not least, there's a lot of things happening in this video. I brought a woodwick candle. I haven't used one in a while, I think. And years ago, this was like the main thing that I used in my Ramble videos. So I thought I would bring this back. And this is called Garden Oasis. I think it's this heavy candle. I mean, this is so heavy that it can be used as a weapon. And I'll just light it up and put it in the back. It smells nice, but it will be quite strong because these big ones, they are scented, and I don't know where I have my lighter. Okay, there we go. mess everywhere here, but it's okay. So let me put it into the background. Okay, so now the video can finally start. I've asked you on my community tab what is something that you want to leave behind in 2023, and I'm going to read your comments. I'll add my answers as well. But originally I found this article named 24 things you want to we should stop doing in 2024. That's how it's called. And I thought I would read it, but at first let's hear your responses to what you want to leave behind in 2023. To be fair, last year, for me at least, I'll start, okay? Last year for me was full of lessons. I have had one lesson after another. My YouTube just glitched. What is going on here? Okay. And I feel like I became much more resilient, much stronger. But it was through hardships and betrayal and a lot of trauma. And that's just something I want to leave behind in 2023. So I hope that I can leave those lessons, those people behind in 2023. Okay. Actually, by the way, I should say this. I haven't filmed in over a month. Everything you've seen in December was pre-filmed because I knew that the holidays are coming up, that I'm going to be traveling, meeting family and friends, so I knew I will not have time for filming. So I, pre-filmed everything at the very beginning of December. So it's been like a good month since I haven't filmed, and when I take a break like that, I always feel a bit awkward, and I'll get used to it again. But okay, so first comment, I don't know if I should read your names or not, because I know that some people don't really like that, so I'm just gonna read your comments, okay? So, about 30 pounds, but no, seriously, I'm going to start taking care of myself. I just bought my first house in September, and I'm going to focus on that and me. Leave the trauma, the regrets, the guilt in 2023. Yeah, again, I agree with the drama. There was just so much for me last year. It was, I don't know what happened exactly, but I was being tested by a lot of people in my life, and it has gotten to a point where it was right before New Year's Eve. There was one more drama, and I was like, oh, so we're not done yet. And I just thought, my patrons are gonna love this story because just last year, of course I don't share everything on my Patreon, but when it comes to like petty trauma, backstabbing from friends, stuff like that, I always told it during my like Ramble segment on Patreon, and it just, last year my rambles just became almost like trauma sessions, just gossip trauma sessions. So I hope that's going to change in 2024 and as long as possible to either like watch ads or pay for membership, right? This is something that I don't know, a lot of people don't realize. Like, your goals and the goals of the dating app are totally different, and for that reason I feel like it doesn't work for a lot of people, because in order to meet someone decent there has to be like a glitch in the algorithm, basically. Not saying that it doesn't happen, but it's rare, right? So I don't think I will ever download a dating app. Maybe in like a few years is like my last resort. I don't know, but it's not for me. It's just not for me, and I cannot deal with the whole like casual dating culture and like no, just no. So it's a no from me, but maybe it works for some people. I don't know. Next comment, depression. That's all that it says. I hope that your mental health will get better, and of course, I know that it's easy to say, but it's okay to reach out for help. And I know how hard it is. Trust me, I know that it's easy to say, and it's really difficult to actually make that happen, but I hope you can do that. If you need that. Next comment, I want to be together with a girl and leave the single life behind. That girl's name starts with a J. Well, good luck to you. For me personally, I have no such plans. I'm leaving it up to the universe and the God, okay? Because actually, like, I was talking to my friend about this the other day, and I was just saying like, oh, when the timing is right, the universe is going to help me. And she was like, so last year that was bad timing, and I said, exactly. And she was like, oh, so you're scaring everyone away. That was bad timing and universe's choice. And I was like, exactly. Next comment, intrusive thoughts and unemployment. And actually the next comment says unemployment as well. Again, I feel like 2023 was just rough on so many people. And yeah, I mean, this economy, not the best. It depends on like where you live, of course, but just not the best. So good luck to all of you, actually. And last comment says, it all. Well, I hope that whatever you meant by that you can do that as well. Okay, I also have one, but it's kind of funny, okay? Something that I just don't want to see in 2024 anymore. And you might laugh, okay, but couple accounts on TikTok and Instagram. Hear me out. I don't know if you've seen those videos. Maybe our algorithms are different. Mainly, I kind of know that I see these videos because I see like memes in Korean. So I also see like a lot of like international couple content. And every time I see those videos, I'm always thinking about like how, like first of all, like the logistics. Like, how do you even start a conversation with somebody being like, oh, do you want to like make content for social media? And then like for some of these couples, it becomes like a job, right? So you're making money through your relationship. There's no way, like first of all, there's no way that cannot leave some damage on the relationship, because I'm pretty sure that sometimes the couple like use, or it's just a bad day and you have to just get in front of the camera and pretend that everything is okay and make content. I don't know. But specifically, okay, so plus I know that every content on social media is pretty like manufactured, right? But for this particularly, it's just so weird because you have to set up a camera and then you're like, okay, quick, like let's hug. Like, how? No. But what's even worse, and I see this unfortunately a lot, it's like when they like mention the nationality of their spouse, and that's like the most interesting thing about them. And it's like, oh, going out with my Polish girlfriend, at dinner with my Korean boyfriend. And do you know why I hate it? It's because it just sounds super superficial, and I get that it brings in views, but I'm always thinking, like, are you actually dating the person or the nationality? Or are you dating them so you can make this content and make money? Or is it the status that it kind of brings you? Maybe it's because I've just met a lot of people like that. A lot of superficial people. I mean, I actually feel like I will make some story times in the future with my stories from Korea, right? But when I first came to Korea, it was just so weird sometimes. Like, I would have people, acquaintances, for example, take a picture with me and then they would use it as their profile picture for like 2 months. But we've never spoken ever again. And on that picture, I could see it on like KakaoTalk, which is the Korean messaging app. They even have edited the hell out of my face. So normally I would take it as a compliment, but because they have edited my face, you're just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I have a lot of stories like that, so maybe like in the future I will tell like some like most bizarre stories, but it's just, why? Moving on. So that's, something that I would like to leave in like 2023 too, like superficial relationships and friendships and superficial content. There you go. But it's really hard to not consume it, like unless you quit social media altogether, like Instagram and TikTok, then you're gonna see a lot of superficial content. Anyways, so I'm going to find the post with the 24 things we should all stop doing in 2024. I feel like I cannot talk today. It's because I filmed after such a long time. It's like, it's so difficult for me to talk. Okay. Number 1. Stop spending time with the wrong people. Life is too short to spend time with people who suck the happiness out of you. If someone wants you in their life, they'll make room for you. You shouldn't have to fight for a spot. Never, ever beg for attention of someone who continuously overlooks your worth. And remember, it's not the people who stand by your side when you're at your best, but the ones who stand beside you when you're at your worst, who are your true friends. I agree with that. I'm just so over like asking for friendships and love from people. And here's the thing, actually never do that, because either somebody is there for you stop running from your problems. Face them head on. It won't be easy. We aren't supposed to be able to instantly solve problems. I feel like I don't do that. Well, depends, but I don't feel like I run away from my problems. Okay, number 3. Stop lying to yourself. Our lives improve only when we take chances, and the first and most difficult chance we can take is to be honest with ourselves. It sounds easy. So many people are still lying to themselves about, I don't know, relationships. I've seen this firsthand actually quite recently with a friend of mine. But it's better to just be honest to yourself, because if you won't be honest to yourself, who else is going to do that for you? Okay, number 4, stop putting your own needs on the back burner. The most painful thing is losing yourself in the process of loving someone too much and forgetting that you're special too. Yes, help others, but help yourself too. If there was ever a moment to follow your passion and do something that matters to you, that moment is now. Enough said. I don't have to add anything to that. Okay, stop trying to be someone you're not. One of the greatest challenges in life is being yourself in a world that's trying to make you like everyone else. Someone will always be prettier, someone will always be smarter, someone will always be younger, but they will never be you. Don't change so people will like you. Be yourself and the right people will love the real you. Again, like, if you're going to be someone you're not, you will only attract people that are going to like that version of you that's actually fake. So, just be yourself. I know that motto, that quote is overused, but it's actually quite hard, and I've learned how hard it is when, for example, everybody else in your friend circle is doing something and you kind of feel like the peer pressure to do it too. It's actually much harder to just follow your own path and not what everybody else wants you to do. But it's also the most rewarding path, so it's better to stick to it. Okay. Number 6. Stop trying to hold on to the past. You can't start the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading your last one. I feel like I'm pretty good at that. I am a sentimental person, but at the same time I don't hold on to the past too much. So, number 7, stop being scared to make a mistake. Doing something and getting it wrong is at least 10 times more productive than doing nothing. It's true. Every success has a trail of failures behind it, and every failure is leading towards success. Well, actually, I would kind of disagree with that, because sometimes failure leads to failure, but you end up regretting the things you did not do far more than the things you did. And I agree with that. Listen, last year I've changed my life goals and my dreams. Well, actually, it's like I've gone back to the path that I originally was on like a few years ago. But I'm so scared that I might fail. Well, here's the thing. If you don't even try Stop berating yourself for all mistakes. We all make mistakes, have struggles, and even regret things in our past. But you're not your mistakes, you're not your struggles. You're here now with the power to shape your day and your future. Every single thing that has ever happened in your life is preparing you for a moment that is yet to come. This is something that I slightly struggle with because I was like, how did I not know this before? How was I so blind, so stupid? Why didn't I do this sooner? But here's the thing, you cannot do that. You just have to accept the fact that maybe you had to learn that lesson to actually recognize that it was a bad situation, or you had to make that mistake, because if you haven't made that mistake, you wouldn't be the person you are today. So stop berating yourself. Stop trying to buy happiness. Many of things we desire are expensive, but the truth is the things that really satisfy us are totally free, like love, laughter, and working on our passions. I agree with the laughter especially, but at the same time, even sometimes working on our passions kind of costs money, so. But I agree with the laughter and love. Stop looking to others for happiness. If you're not happy with who you are on the inside, you won't be happy in a long-term relationship with anyone else either. You have to create stability in your own life first, before you share it with someone else. You see, we're all on a path to happiness, right? And sometimes I know that it's hard to be happy on your own. I feel like that's something that I've learned with time. How to be comfortable alone, how to make myself happy. I know it's possible. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I know that other people also can be a source of happiness, right? And it's okay to just let other people be a source of happiness too, right? You don't have to do this by yourself all the time. That's just my opinion, but it's kind of funny that I'm actually disagreeing with some of these points a little bit. But next one, stop waiting. Don't think too much or you create a problem that wasn't even there in the first place. Evaluate situations and take decisive action. You cannot change what you refuse to confront. Making progress involves risk. You can make it to the second base with your foot on first. I mean, I agree with that again to a certain extent. Sometimes you just have to wait for certain things to come. My camera just died, but I would say it depends. It depends on the situation, right? I mean, as long as you're making progress towards what you want, then. Okay, next, stop thinking you're not ready. Nobody ever feels 100% ready when an opportunity arises. Most great opportunities in life force us to grow beyond our comfort zones, which means we won't feel totally comfortable at first. I agree with that. No one ever feels completely ready. And last year, I would say I really got out of my comfort zone. And it's so funny because I would hear things like, wow, you're so courageous. But I wasn't. In fact, I was shaking this whole time. But I went and I did that thing anyway that I wanted to do. But I guess that in itself is courageous. But I know that I had a lot of anxiety, and I did that anyway though. So okay, stop getting involved wisely. It's better to be alone than to be in a bad company. There's no need to rush. If something is meant to be, it will happen. There you go, that's exactly what I was telling my friend like a few days ago. In the right time, with the right person, and for the best reason. Fall in love when you're ready, not when you're lonely. The last sentence. Fall in love when you're ready, not when you're lonely. So many people just get into relationships because they feel lonely. I mean, I've seen it happen. Don't do that. Because the outcome is never good, usually. I should say. Stop rejecting new relationships just because old ones didn't work. In life you'll realize that there is a purpose for everyone you meet. Some will test you, some will use you, and some will teach you. But most important, some will bring out the best in you. Listen, this is something that I've noticed last year, and I have to drink because my throat burns. Because of the candle, it's way too strong. I'm like slightly dying over here, but there's a difference. Listen to this, please. There's a difference between moving on from a person versus moving on from the overall situation and accepting the hurt and the bad things that happened. And I've noticed a lot of people, they move on from the person, which usually comes first, right? Like they lose the feelings, like they feel like they can start dating again. But they have not moved on from all the hurt and the heartache. And they just end up bringing all of that baggage into the new relationship and judge this new relationship with the lens of the old relationship. And if you just take time to actually really accept all of the hurt and the heartache and move on from it, that's how you will end up not really being afraid of heartbreak again and like bringing all of that baggage into the new relationship. So, again, I've seen this a lot, because here's the thing, you will move on from the person. You will not deal with whatever was going on in that relationship. Chances are you will end up in the same situation again. Why? Because you're still in the same place as you were in your last relationship. That's something that I've learned last year, and I've seen this with friends who are just getting from like one relationship to the next without even like taking time for themselves and like dealing with whatever was going on. So, okay. Stop trying to compete against everyone else. Don't worry about what others are doing better than you. Concentrate on beating your own records every day. Success is a battle between you and yourself only. It's true, it's sometimes hard to not compare yourself to others, because sometimes I would see like people on social media and I mind or a situation. If this wasn't my 2023, like, just thinking like, why? It's okay. Now I know that I have become a better person because of everything that happened, so all of the bad things. Okay, I have to just speed up because I'm kind of like suffocating myself with this candle. So stop holding grudges. Don't live your life with hate in your heart. Forgiveness is the answer. Let go, find peace, liberate yourself. And remember, forgiveness is not just for other people, it's for you too. If you must forgive yourself, move on and try to do better next time. I don't think I'm holding grudges, but I do remember everything. And that's because I do have a very good memory. So I try not to like hold, again, I'm not really holding on to the past. Whatever happened, happened. Let's learn from the situation. Okay, stop letting others bring you down to their level. Refuse to lower your standards to accommodate those who refuse to raise theirs. Stop wasting time explaining yourself to others. Your friends don't need it, and your enemies won't believe it anyway. It's true. Stop doing the same things over and over without taking a break. The time to take a deep breath is when you don't have time for it. If you keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep getting what you're getting. Sometimes you need distance yourself. You need to distance yourself to see things clearly. Easier said than done. I know last year I had no idea how I can even take a break, to be honest, but again, that's why we have 2024 now, right? And we can do things differently. Stop overlooking the beauty of small moments. Enjoy the little things, because one day you may look back and discover they were the big things. The best portion of your life will be the small, nameless moments you spend smiling with someone who matters to you. That's true. And I have gotten better at that. Last two, stop trying to make things perfect. Making mistakes is always better than faking perfection. Live your life accepting that you're not perfect, rather than spending your whole life pretending to be. And last but not least, stop following the path of least resistance. Life is not easy, especially when you plan on achieving something worthwhile. Don't take the easy way out. Do something extraordinary. I must say, last year though, I definitely have stopped taking the path of least resistance, and okay, so I know in January 2023 I was thinking, you know what, this year I'm gonna do things differently. There's something I want to achieve, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and it just looks like there's a thunder. What is going on outside? Anyways, and I'll never forget this, but at the very beginning of the year, I don't know where I've heard this. Was it like a fortune telling or something? I don't know, but I do remember the words. And it was something like, there were certain steps in your past you were supposed to take that you didn't take. So now the universe will force you onto this path you were supposed to take. And it's going to be painful and uncomfortable, and you're going to lose a lot of personal relationships. But just know that it's for like a good reason. It's for the greater good, it's for the better. And I remember listening to it. It doesn't matter whether you believe in like fortune telling, whatever, but I remember listening to it thinking, wow, like I wonder what steps I was supposed to take in my past, like what was I supposed to do? Then the end of January came, and my entire life like, what is going on? Because every day, just something else happened where I was just like, oh my god, like, what am I supposed to do? And yeah, I mean, that was 2023 for me, and oh my god. Yeah, it's like I've gone back to my original path, whatever. I feel like I am talking too much, I'm rambling, and I'm like spilling some personal things that usually I save up for Patreon, but it's crazy to even think about that now. It's been almost like a year, right? On this new path, and let's just see where this will take me. Anyways, Happy New Year, everyone. This was a long video to start off this year. I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I mean, this year I definitely have more plans for my channel. There will be things that I've never done before, that I want to try out, so sometimes you might be a little surprised, like, what am I actually posting? It's just that I want to like try out all different things, because why not? I have a lot of new ideas, and I don't know, I kind of don't want to just stay in one lane and do one thing, you know? And yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking around. If you have been here for a longer time, I truly believe that this year is going to be much happier. I hope that you will achieve everything you want this year. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye, and good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thank you to Eric, Chad, and Saintger, and other lovely patrons and members for their support. Here are some other videos you might like, or you can check